Hello, hello, hello. How are you people? How is everyone doing? So sorry, guys. I've been a bit on and off in terms of streams. Just lots going on, lots going on. And yeah, I've not been trading as well much. Just trying to manage things right now. Hello, Iliada. Hello, Moon Yarding. I think that's Niels. Hey, Kumar. How are you? Congratulations, Kumar, on the payout. Kumar just joined the mentorship like a couple of weeks back. Not even a couple of weeks, I think a week or so back. I mean, he didn't need me to teach him, but he needed some stuff. And yeah, the results are there. Well done, Kumar. First payout after joining the mentorship. Many more to come. And yeah, looking forward to it. All right, let's quickly run through where we are in the market. So, anybody thinking we have turned bullish, I would say fuck off. Uh, Markets are not yet bullish. I really feel the markets are not yet decided on what they want to do. I have no clue right now. Confirmations are not there. We just need to wait. We just need to see, and we just need to accept that these markets are in a bloody consolidation for a while now. But on lower time frames, we are getting some clarity, and that clarity is that we are bouncing off this little range right over here. Even though you will say it's a bearish range, but I'm treating it as a bullish range, and we are bouncing out of it from the OTE, and we are bouncing out of it quite nicely. Now, what you want to keep your eyes on is that the way this fair value gap has been inverted, then respect it. Gives me a feeling that this market wants to head higher towards this liquidity. These could be treated as relatively equal highs, all of these. Without there's a small sweep, I'll not consider that as massive one. So all these highs have a lot of liquidity and the market will be pulled towards it. Now, until we start breaking above 25,000 area, there's no confirmation on that will happen. So we need to keep our eyes on that. We need to be sure that the market is able to break above all those areas and then think of what sort of trade we get. But overall, I would be a little bullish going into the market open and see how the market reacts over there. Looking at the 1 hourly time frame, nice breakout of this inverse head and shoulder, nice breakout confirmation that yes, I want to go higher. Now the only thing is, do we leave back to back fair value gaps, or do we leave one fair value gap and then we come back inside of it to retest it and go higher? So just keep your eyes peeled on what happens in these areas. The market is now open, so I'll go down to 15 minutes just to see what we have. Oh, by the way, I have not yet logged in to my top step. Cool. Let's also check trade sinker just to be sure. Okay. All right, cool. Everything's working. All right, so let's just keep an eye on the 15-minute. If we start going down, we have these back-to-back fair value gaps right over here, right? We can see that the target is 200% over here, which has been reached. To 400% is right above us. So if we are bullish, we'll basically bounce now and we'll start going towards that 400% target. How do I want to trade this? My theory is very, very simple. Show me a change in state of delivery. If I get a change in state of delivery towards the upside, I'll take a long trade. If I don't get that and we start seeing displacement towards the downside, I'm happy to take a short trade. So yeah, let's wait and watch what happens, and then we'll make a decision. By the way, guys, any questions, anything, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer. We'll be having a bit of on and off streams in the next couple of weeks. So I will be available in the chat. You can ask me questions in the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, do join the Discord. And once we are once we start, yeah, most likely end of April, I'll again start getting a little bit more normal in terms of my streams. But until then, I'll be a bit on and off. So please bear with me. Don't think that I've vanished. I'm still there. It's just that a lot is happening in life, and I'm just trying to take care of that. So a nice candle. This is looking good as of now. So for me, a closure over here, or like, to be honest, there is a fair value gap as well. So a closure over here, maybe some sort of a pullback, a little pullback would be great to enter a trade from here. So just let it close this candle, and then we can make a decision. We are at previous day high. Are you going to wait for price to react there? So, okay, let's answer Kumar's question. Kumar's previous day high was over here. New York PM high created the previous day high yesterday. So we are nowhere close to previous day high. So just waiting for this candle to close as well. We will get back-to-back fair value gaps on the 1 minute time frame then, and we can target from there. But we just wait for this to close and give us a nice. And as you can see, 400, 450%, 200, 250%, they are in line. So this could be a good trade. And which previous day high are you looking at, Kumar? This was the previous day high. Right over here. Do you have this open? Do you have B adjust open? Because the contract has changed. So don't keep your B adjust open. Shut it down. I mean, it's up to you. Howsoever you trade, you can use that part. I'm going to take a long over here. Let me first take the long. Stops will be underneath the first fair value gap that's formed. Okay, I'm in. My entry is somewhere around here. Stops will be underneath this because this is the bigger fair value gap. I don't expect market to go underneath that. If it does, then that's another story. And I'll be targeting previous week high from here. So let's see what the market offers us. This is a full risk trade for me because the market has started to kind of show a little bit higher ATR. This is the fair value gap that I'm looking for, and the stops are just under it. Okay, my stops are incorrect. Okay, now the stops are correct for me. Yeah, stops are just underneath the body of this candle. So Kumar, there's a contract switch. So I think it's a H6 or M6 now. M6, I think. Oh shit, I'm on the MNQ chart. Let me just quickly look at the NQ chart as well. Yeah, that's fine. Both of them are leaving similar footprints. So let's see how the market reacts here. If the market is not, favorable, then I'll most likely take another trade because I'll just go for 2 hour maximum risk today and then call it a day because I just don't want to risk too much. As I said, there's a lot happening around me, and if I'm not correct in terms of my analysis, it will reflect on my trading. So yeah, just want to be a little bit sure. I mean, the trade looks fine. I think TP1 is quite feasible, easily feasible to be honest, and we can see what happens after that. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Dun, 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 dun. So what you want to see here is now a reaction of this fair value gap. If you get a good reaction, that's great, and then you can start looking at if there is a change in state, thinking of moving your stops higher, maybe below the 50% of this fair value gap. So that would be something that I'll keep my eye on. So maybe below this area, if we get a good reaction and we get basically a engulfing candle to the upside now or the next one, any one of them. Dun, 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 dun. Well, let me close this. Yeah, it's okay. That's normal. I mean, you can adjust for contracts. So sometimes people don't. Some people do. I like to not adjust for contracts because when the contracts change, they basically are adjusted themselves. So if you click this, you'll adjust for contract changes. I'll just let the contract, the front month just run through, as that gives me enough information to know where the market, like what the prices are important. So yeah, and it happens once in a quarter, 4 times in a year. So not a big deal. But it can have like massive impacts on where liquidity lies. So yeah, you're not incorrect. Sometimes I've seen that be adjust previous day high sweep will result in price reversing completely, and sometimes I've seen it having no impact at all. So you really can't say much on what's going on. So let's see what happens here. So now one more thing I want to mention, guys, like I entered over here, right? somebody waiting for a confirmation of a retest and entering here is also very, very good. So in that case, you will be looking at this change in state of delivery over here, and that is the closure above this candle's high. And that's when you will enter with a stop, in that case, under this, under the 50%. That gives you more risk to reward overall, but also sometimes the market will not even go down, especially at the open. It will just rush through quickly, and if that happens, you're basically not able to enter, and then you kind of can go on a tilt where you're stuck in the position. You're like, oh shit, I missed it, and then you'll take positions that you should not be taking and all that. So both the ways of entering, whether it is aggressive or conservative, it's up to you. It's your own nature, it's your own trading that dictates that. But what I have seen most of the time is better to enter earlier, than just wait for it. Yes, for me, drawn liquidity is previous week high. Yes, so this is around a 0.5 or 0.6% move to the upside. That's what I'm looking at as drawn liquidity. It could be completely wrong, and the market could go to previous day low. Because as I said, the market is still accumulating. It could go either way. We are not seeing big moves towards one direction for a while now. But yeah. So if I get another bullish candle like this one, closing bullish by any chance, then I'll move my stops to somewhere around 25029.5 or 2503030, just so that I can reduce my risk, as we have already retested this fair value gap and we have seen a change in state of delivery after that. If the market is really bullish, it will basically try to push through. And if it can't push through, then I'm happy to be stopped out for a smaller loss. But I need another bullish candle to confirm that. It could be this candle or the next candle. It's just that consistent move up. That's the point over here, that the market wants to push higher. It wants to have a consistent move up. But if it comes down from here, I'm happy to lose 1 hour. Until unless I get another bullish candle closing, creating a new high, I don't want to move my stops. So there are two ways in which you can see the market, and when you're in a trade specifically. Number one is that you see I'm reducing my risk because I lose less. For me, how I see it is, I want to reduce my risk so that I lose less, but I want to do it when I know that the market does not want to go back to a certain area. So my thought process is not like I don't want to lose. My thought process is, yes, I will move my stops when I'm sure that the market does not want to go to that area, which could be two, three ways. Number one, the market creates a new high, clear pushes higher. Number two, the market sweeps these lows, goes down, and then pushes higher. Those are the signals that the market will give that, hey, I've taken all the liquidity I wanted. Now I'm happy to push higher. You can move your stops. Otherwise, my initial analysis that this market wants to go higher is basically in play until I have not been stopped out on my 1 hour trade. So you see what my thinking is right at that point of time. It's not that I want to move my stops to reduce my risk. It's basically, has the market given me enough signals to tell me it doesn't want to visit this area? That is what will result in me moving my stops. I'm not scared to lose, right? That's why I'm happy to lose 1 hour. But the most important thing is, has the market given me enough signals to tell me that I don't want to go here? So that is the reasons that you should choose when you are moving your stops. It should not be, being scared of losing the trade. It should be more about, well, I'm in this trade on this thesis. I trust my thesis and I let the thesis play until proven otherwise. Come on, guys, throw some questions. Don't be quiet. It gets really boring if you're quiet. I have to keep speaking. Try to find topics to talk to you guys. Throw some questions. There's always a question. Just try to find that. There are 26 people. I'm 100% sure you have some questions. So again, still waiting. I am good, Hamza. How are you? Hope you didn't take this trade. We are a little bit underwater right now. So I want to see where the first 5-minute liquidity is. And we have a 5-minute fair value gap here as well. So that's good. So I'll just mark it as the LTF fair value gap right over here. Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. Maybe you don't have the live data, Steven. You need live data to see the correct price. Can you check if you're seeing 10 prices from 10 minutes before? If so, then yes. If is it okay to scale up trades if we see? No, it's not okay. When do you scale up? Okay, the Kumar, scaling is a question that people ask when they're greedy. You don't scale up. You have taken a risk. That's it. That's your risk. If you're able to reduce that risk, good. You don't increase that risk. What will happen is today you will scale up because you're getting in profit. Tomorrow you'll scale up because you're getting in loss. Third day you'll be like, fuck stop loss. Who uses stop loss? I'm just gonna trade. So don't and never. I mean, sometimes I do even make a decision to scale into a contract, but in that period I'm already entering a trade with half risk. If you have entered with a lesser risk than normal, yes, you can go full risk. But if you are already full risk, there's nothing called scaling. Hope all is okay with the fam. Yes, man, all good. Yeah, it's just yeah, expecting good news soon. So waiting for that. The contract change got me. Yeah, it happens. Don't worry too much. You will get used to things. Okay, so if you're trading on Vantage, then there will be a difference in price because Vantage is a CFD. This is a futures market, Stephen. So Vantage, they have a CFD which also has a future, but that is not really the futures market. This is the real futures market. Okay, at last I think we are getting displacement. Let's see if it can sustain. If this candle closes the way it is, then I'm going to move my stops higher. Because if it comes down from there, then most likely it will stop us out. So keeping my eyes peeled on how this candle closes. No problem. Okay, I'm going to move my stops to 25030. So reducing my risk over here, somewhere over here. So just reducing my risk a little bit. Just, to be honest, I think I'm going to move it higher. 1 second. I'm going to move my stops a bit higher than that as well. Yeah, I'm going to move them to 25034. So 25034 will be the new stop loss. Okay, cool. 25034 is the new stop loss. You can take a TP over here at 25130. That would be a good place to kind of take a TP and just go break even on the trade. Because if anything changes, it's going to change there. And I mean, if the market doesn't want to go to previous week high, it will reverse from these areas because this is like the accumulation of both these ranges. So yeah. So nice, good displacement candles. You want to see back-to-back fair value gaps being formed, confirmation of nice displacement. If that is something that happens, we will get this nice little target. So then this 400 450%, this 400 450% with the previous week high clustering becomes a nice draw on liquidity. So that is good to see. And also, if this fair value gap is confirmed, I'll most likely wait for a retest of this and then just move my stops to break even if I don't get a TP till then, if two back-to-back fair value gaps are confirmed over here. If not, then wherever my stops are, they will stay there. And if you are into multiple contracts, you can take a TP over here. Okay, so we have back-to-back fair value gaps. So now we see whether we respect these or not. Obviously, it's not pointing to previous week high, but that's fine by me. We'll not move our stops yet. We wait for, as I said previously, we wait for the market to go back inside, retest, give us a nice change in state, show us some displacement so that we know that it doesn't want to go here. Always remember, you do not move your stops to reduce your risk. You move your stops when you know that the market should not go to where your stops are. That is the reasoning that you move your stops. My AG placement, that is wrong. Thank you. Yeah, now they are clustering. Perfectly clustered. Thank you so much, Ilyara. When your student starts telling you where you go wrong, that is the best moment, because you know that they know what they're talking about. Cool. By the way, guys, if anyone of you ever is interested in the mentorship, please feel free to reach out to me. We still have ongoing intakes, and yeah, I mean, totally up to you. It's a nice little mentorship. We have around 200 hours of content that you have to go through. Good learning, and then obviously me scolding you every other day. Kumar just got scolded by me in his reviews. Even though he got a payout, he still got scolded by me. Is there a spot to get in if a small lot? You can get in where you are right now with a stop underneath this candle or underneath here, and then target the same places. Like, there is a trade over here. It's just that, yeah, I mean, there is a trade. You have got back-to-back fair value gaps, confirmation of displacement. You can use that as an entry model and try to target higher prices. But as I said, it's looking good as of now, but I'm not really liking the price action. Like, what, you have to write a fucking essay for each trade. That is what makes you a trader. Execution anybody can do, brother. I mean, if you ask a small kid to press a button of buy and sell, he can make a decision which one he wants to press, because he might like the buy more than the sell, or his favorite color might be red and he wants to sell. So anyone and everyone can trade, but the difference between a good trader and just somebody pressing buttons is the process associated. And once you know that process, because see, Kumar, I'll be very honest, getting a payout is not tough. By if you flip a coin, there is a high chance you will get a payout sometime or the other. What is important is being consistent, and to be consistent, you have to do things consistently. Journaling is not for you to kind of, especially in our mentorship, journaling is not just a way to write what you are doing. It's also a way for you to know not to overtrade, because you have to journal each and every trade. And then if you don't journal, and if you're not being honest to yourself, then nobody else is losing, because I would have charged you the money I wanted to, right? I made money there. I will still try to offer you as much guidance as I can, but it's not going to have any sort of you know advantage for you, because all you are doing is, if you don't do it properly, all you're doing is just wasting your time, because it will come back, bite you in the bloody ass, and make nice little teeth symbols over there of all the losses that you have had and that you never journaled. So that's what life of a trader is. A trader needs to be honest to himself, because it's his money that he's trading, it's his future that he's trying to build. So if they are not honest to themselves, then yeah. Why am I not in the whale room? Because they let go of me. Louis Kimball. There were a couple of things. I wanted to do things of my own, number one. Number two, I did miss a couple of sessions which I didn't want to, and obviously they have their rules, and I respect that. And yeah, they said, well, you can't do that, and I said sorry about that, but I had some life things happening and I could not make it. But rules are rules, and we should follow them, and I could not at that point of time. So yeah, that's why I'm not there anymore. If you are in there, you are in a very great place, I would say. Whale Room is a beautiful set of traders trying to teach you. I really liked them. I really enjoyed my time there. Got to meet all of you guys, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, it is what it is, and we carry on. I have nothing bad to say about them. Apart from, obviously, they are more of a signals group. I believe more in teaching. So that's the only difference. And that was the difference in mindset as well, to be honest. No, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I always wanted to teach. So it gave me an opportunity to start the mentorship, teach people the way I wanted to teach. And and every success that I've seen in my students is my own success. So I'm very happy with that. I'm not really liking the price action. I'm going to move my stops to break even, because if these two are inverted, then this market is going down. So I'm going to move my stops to break even and see what happens. Simple reason, if these two fair value gaps are inverted, then the market is telling me that it doesn't want to go higher anymore. So just want to secure my position. That's it. Nice. So let's see what happens here. What I want to see is a change in state of delivery in this candle or the next candle closing above this area, and that will result in my. I think I'll take a TP there. To be honest, you can take a TP. We reached 200% because my thing was marked incorrectly. I did not take a TP here, but or you can take a TP at 250% because I think that will be 1 hour. Where do we get 1 hour? Yeah, take a TP at 1 hour. Whenever you reach here, if you reach here, if you're lucky enough to reach this area, take a TP. Put a limit order. I'll just put a limit order there so that if I forget to click, it at least gets filled. What's your break even price, bro? 25068.75. To be honest, 25068.50, not 75. So even this is placed incorrectly. So just one tick below the where we are. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Just going to wait. Let the market do its thing. Not really liking the price action though. It's kind of slowed down. PA is shit. But we'll have a 4 hourly close in 3 minutes time. So most likely we'll get something off there. Whether it's in our direction or against us, that's another story. Let's wait and watch. Yes, TV has real time data upgrade. Otherwise, it's, yeah, 10 minutes delayed. So just keeping my eyes on whether we get stopped out. When you say not liking PA, what are you looking for? Okay, that's good. So the good question. So what am I looking for is that we are trying to displace higher, but every time we try to push, we fail. Look at how what happened here. We pushed, failed, we tried again, failed, failed. Again we tried, we again failed. So when that sort of price action happens, you basically know that either the market is topping or there's going to be no volatility during the whole New York AM session. So that sort of a price action I really don't like. I like clear displacement. If the market displaces in one direction, I want it to keep displacing because that gives me an indication of where the market wants to head towards. This sort of price action is not really my strength. Uh, yeah, to be honest, I think this sort of price action is no one's strength. I prefer the market to kind of, if you're displacing, if you're leaving, respecting order flow, then keep respecting it and keep going higher uh, or lower. So trending basically. See, like in this case again, you see you're leaving a fair value gap and you're inverting it straight away. So that sort of price action kind of confuses anyone because you can't trust the displacement in any direction at that point of time. So for me, I like clear move in a single direction so that I can play it. If I sell it at break even now, what will you do? Just wait. Yeah, I'll wait for displacement. I'll not enter a trade. I'll wait. Most likely, I'll wait for the market to go down to sweep these lows that it created and then try to reverse back again. What you are struggling to understand? HM, what can't you understand, my brother? So just going to wait. Let it stay where it is. Yeah, looks like that as well. I agree. That's why I went break even when we saw these two fair value gaps. Because if it's a trap, then yeah, take the fees from me, but get me out of the trade. But if it's not, and if the displacement is real, because if you'll start looking at the 15-minute chart, what do you see? Clear displacement higher. And if this is to sustain, and if we are to move higher, then well, we are in a perfect place. We are in a trade. Our stops are break even. It's risk free, and if it moves higher, that's great for us. But the more I look at it, the more it feels it doesn't want to go higher. Yes, Iliada, when the price inverts the first one and it's not reacting straight away, you should expect the second one to be inverted as well. But until it is inverted, you are just in the trade. So I am stopped out at break even. So plus 0 R, nothing at this point of time. I'll just wait for another trade. So for now, what I'm looking for, this is out of the way. A nice displacement candle lower. But what I'm looking at, can we react to these lows? If we do, that's great. I'll keep an eye there. You shorted 090, nice. I can't see a short here. I personally I'll not short this area. Like, I know you are seeing this fair value gap, but for me, this is all displacement higher. I'll not touch that personally. That's my take, and I'm wrong a lot of times. So just going to wait, let the market do its thing, sweep those highs. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what happens here. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Just wait for this to be inverted. If it can invert, then you can expect something nice, nice reactions over here. So keep your eyes on this. Yeah, most likely yes. But wait for the inversion over here. So if we are to invert this, then this is a long that I will picture. And again, aiming for that previous week high. Similar setup, similar TPs, but again, need to invert this. Till the time this is not inverted, nothing is there. Any other question, guys? Come on, throw some questions. Throw some questions, people. If invert this BPR, you will wait for, yes, I'll wait for the change in state above here. So once a change in state is confirmed, I think I like this trade then. I mean, on the 15-second as well, it's forming a nice little long where you enter over here and you put your stops underneath maybe this push higher in this PPR on the 15 seconds, and you try to take a trade from there. But I will not target previous week high for that. Then I'll basically just target this 200% extension, 250% extension. Yeah, let's see whether it has the legs to do that. Because look at the way it's going higher. It's not like quick move. It's like going slowly. So maybe it wants to create another low. I mean, I'm still keeping eyes on these lows, that we might just go in there and sweep all those lows. So that's why I'm not entering anything yet. But if I get a confirmation and a clear push higher, then I will surely enter. So there's like loads of ways in which you can enter this trade, but you just want to wait for the whole confirmation to come so that you can take that trade. In terms of short trade, if you see another fair value gap being left over here after this, then that's a clean short, with these being the stops, and you're targeting the New York AM low. right over here. So, but yeah, you just need to wait. It's a wait and watch cycle right now. I mean, it's up to you, man. Like, at the end of the day, all I am seeing right now is that this is the 15-minute chart. Clear push higher. This is the 1 hourly chart. Clear push higher. Everything is showing consistent push higher right now. So, and you haven't met the targets. There's all this liquidity lying up top which you haven't taken. So where are you getting rejected from in this area? There's nothing that can reject you on the higher time frame. Even on the 4 hourly time frame, there's nothing that will reject you from these areas. So all you're waiting for is some sort of either move down or a displacement higher to confirm that the market wants to go higher. So my thesis is simple. If there is nothing on the higher time frame that can reject me, and the lower time frames are looking bullish and they are pushing higher, then why should I be worried about premium or discount after that? I'll be worried about premium and discount if there is something above me where the market can get rejected from. If there's nothing, then I don't care. When analyzing a fair value gap, is one time frame more important than the other? The higher time frame always gets precedence, so that is the most important, Maria. So every time you're looking at fair value gaps, if it's a higher time frame fair value gap, so let's say you're trading on 15-second and this is the 1 minute fair value gap, this has more importance than the 15-second ones. And similarly, if I'm on the 5 minute and this is the 5 minute fair value gap right over here, that gets more precedence. So it's about which higher time frame fair value gaps will have more importance than the lower time frame ones. So I'm just waiting. I'll most likely wait for the market to now go and sweep these lows. I'll not enter before that because it's not showing sustained move up. So just wait for the market to sweep these lows, see how we react inside this fair value gap. If we invert this fair value gap, you can clearly go short and try to find an area from where you will expect the market to bounce. Because if we start going down and we invert those gaps, I would say this whole range then becomes where you want to trade from. And you will basically measure the range and you'll be looking at things that are in the discount area, which will be this order block right over here. So you'll basically wait for price to hit this before you go long. So you can take a short from here down to here and then long on all the way back. But I'll not be taking a trade. I think I'm bullish on this market. I'll rather wait for the expansion leg to come in. I don't see a short trade myself. I might be completely wrong and miss opportunity, but that's what I'm seeing. All right. Cool, guys. As I said, wait for the market to displace from these lows. If it displaces, there's a trade to take. If the market does not displace, comes lower, it inverts all these fair value gaps, you have a perfect short position to go into these areas, 24,940 area. And from there, you can again take a long position as you wish. But yeah, so I'll give it another minute. I will see how we react as we have gone inside this fair value gap. So I'm just going to wait and see how we react in here. So you're waiting for a change in state to happen right here. If it can give you the change in state, then there's a long position that you can take. I'm keeping my eyes peeled to see what happens. Okay, sweep that, react, sweep it, sweep it. Come on, boy, take this low. Check ES, let's go. ES, what are you doing? Yeah, not looking good. Okay, cool. Let's see how we close these candles. Next couple of candles on the 15-second. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I want to sell. I want a confirmation. I really don't want to take a short right now. I really don't know. I feel we are in a place where we should be bouncing from. So even if we go down here, I'll rather be waiting for this to be hit. But I might be completely wrong. As I've been saying that I have been having a lot of things to do. So my brain is not in the right place. That is, I mean, if there is an AG right here, it gives you the, like, you have reached your target. Imagine if you took the trade from here, you reached your target. So that's perfect. AG is an acceleration gap, two back-to-back fair value gaps. All right, guys, I'll basically call it a day. I'll basically be taking a trade. It's not that I'll not take a trade, but I'll wait for price to now hit this order block right over here. If you want to really trade, you can take a short position right over here. If we have inverted this fair value gap completely, right on the 5 minutes, it's inverted as well. So you can take a trade. You can use the highs of this candle as a stop loss and trade until here. I'll not take a short position. I just don't know. I don't feel comfortable with the short right now. That's the only reason. But the price action does look like it wants to go lower. And the reason I'm not comfortable with the short is because I feel the price has not reached any liquidity. So higher chances of expansion are towards the upside. So if the price does invert at any point of time, any fair value gaps that it's leaving towards the downside, that will be a good position for me to enter a long position. So that's what I'll be looking for, and that's how I'll be trading the day. But yeah, lovely talking to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and take care. But yeah, as I said, anytime we see an inversion of fair value gap, even if it's this one, and we see a change in state of delivery, I'll enter a long position. So yeah, that would be me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Cheers, bye.